Hey everyone, I'm Scott Cunningham, aka Scottsy Business, and today we're going to be talking about Squid Game token, the biggest rug pull likely of 2021. And, there's a lot of craziness around this. A lot of people lost a lot of money. 99% sure that it was a rug pull because, they pulled out all of the money. It went from $2,800 to zero. All the social medias were deleted. Very clearly a rug pull. So we're going to be diving into this. If you do want a probably more summarized quick video, I would say just go and watch CopyZilla because he's already covered most of this. But I'm just going to be, giving my take on it. A lot of my videos end up just me being like, hey guys, look at how terrible things are. Stop investing in terrible coins. And that's what a lot of my videos are becoming now. Just telling you to invest in good cryptocurrencies and avoid bad cryptocurrencies. It seems simple enough, but people keep getting caught up in these. So now we've got to go through it and dissect it. So if you're interested in sticking around and seeing me go through everything that's happened with Squid Game token and all the hype around this and all the craziness, stay tuned after a quick word from my sponsor today.
A big thank you and shout out to my sponsor Cake Wallet, which is an open source, non-custodial Bitcoin and Monero wallet that also has a built-in exchange. It's available on iOS and Android.
The first thing to look at that makes the most sense is CoinMarketCap. And right at the top of the screen, they tell you that there's been people who have been unable to sell on PancakeSwap, which is where the majority of the volume is, and growing evidence that this was actually a rug pull. So it is good that they've outlined this, and it's clearly getting a lot of hype just because of the Netflix show having the same name, but it's obviously not affiliated. So that is all important to disclaim there. So the blame can go to a lot of different things, right? Obviously the people who perpetuated this scam, who actually ran the scam, but then also to, people who were buying in, who were just kind of messing around and tacitly endorsing it by doing so. But most importantly, I would say it's the mainstream media for pumping this up, writing tons of articles about it, even though they obviously can't really do their due diligence or didn't, and I wouldn't expect them to, but they're all, promoting this and going crazy. And then it happened that people couldn't sell their tokens, and the creators sold everything and rug pulled and crashed it from 2,800, I believe, to around 0.0000 something. But all I can see when I zoom in is 628 and 0.00079. So we can just go off of that. But either way, a rug pull of epic proportions, thousands of %. So yeah, what happened here? Well, a few things are important to note. Like the Binance Smart Chain is where a lot of gambling and rug pulls and scams and all these kinds of things seem to be happening. While I think it's a great, alternative to Ethereum, a lot of the tokens popping up all just seem to be like rug pulls and scams and, just all this sketchy stuff. So again, most of my videos serve to just say that you shouldn't be investing in all these crazy, ridiculous coins. And this is another one of those videos. So again, the weird part is that even though it dropped, it rug pulled, they deleted all their social media accounts. They completely got out and just, left everyone hanging. Now there's all these people who are coming back and starting to invest in it again. And I think that's insane, but this is what's happening. So because everyone's investing again, the price is starting to go back up. But obviously do not invest in this. But it's crazy to me that people are still investing. There's $179 million of volume still, probably the majority being on PancakeSwap. Yeah, as you can see here. So people are still trading this. They're still perpetuating this scam, this rug pull essentially. And it's kind of crazy to me that, we haven't at least seen more volume pull out. It's crazy to me that we haven't seen more volume pull out. But if we go over and click on this link, it'll bring you to Patrick here, who has done us a great service in highlighting the dev accounts, the actual transactions of them selling Squid Game and pulling out and getting their tokens, all these different things. Yeah, you can see deleted the account. Yeah, he's collected a lot of great information here. So I'll link this so that you guys can have this as reference, but it's pretty crazy. Yeah, so anyone who even staked on their website, that's also gone because they removed the website naturally. So this is also a good example of why you don't leave your crypto anywhere that you don't have the keys. So on an exchange, staked on some specific website, if it's not through a smart contract, it's not safe. And I mean, even if it is and it's on some sketchy website, it's probably also still pretty sketchy. I mean, so obviously use your common sense, use your good judgment when you're going to look at these different things, but coming with an expectation for BSC tokens that there's a good chance you could lose all of your money investing in them. And you've got to be ready for that kind of situation, because there were so many things that came together that brought the hype on this just like to the highest level possible. And I mean, obviously we've got the show, you've got all the mainstream media promotion, you've got, it going up just such a ridiculous amount and everyone just piling on. You've got people who knew it was a scam and were buying it anyways. A lot of craziness in this entire situation. But and you can see that there's even new tokens now that are trying to benefit off of this. It's like, oh wait, you missed the one that was a scam and it was unsellable. Well, here's the new one and this one's better, even though it's the exact same thing. It's just not a scam. I guess they're just doing their own promotions now. So and they're trying to make it seem like it was just the wrong token and they need to switch it over so people are aware. This could easily be a scam too, but there's going to be a bunch of people trying to ride off of this now because there was so much hype around the original one. But Squid was the original token, and you got to stay a million feet away from this. Don't even invest in any other versions of this either, or really any ridiculous coins for that matter. I think a lot of the coins popping up lately are all scams, rug pulls, just bad tokenomics. Not a good idea. I mean, none of this is financial advice, obviously, but you guys got to have more common sense when you're investing. It still blows my mind that there was this many people that got into this before, we actually saw the rug pull and people, became wise to what was going on. It wasn't around for a very long time, right? It was only around for like 4 or 5 days before the rug pull happened. So it was a very, very short amount of time for this to go parabolic and just go crazy. But again, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. And in this case, that's exactly the case. And, just a few days ago, they wrote this article, how to buy Squid Game token is still trending despite, it completely crashing and them being investigated as a scam. So, people clearly do not get wise to these things. People still saw the articles from a week before that still say, up 44,000% or whatever. So maybe they see that now and they're like, oh, it's going back up again. I still have a chance. They have no idea that there was a rug pull or any of this stuff because people don't look into different cryptocurrencies when they're investing. And again, that's kind of what this video just serves to say, is that you should be doing much more due diligence when you look into something, especially when there's articles everywhere telling you that this is a flat out scam rug pull. And yet there's still so many people searching for it, trying to buy it, trying to get it. It's very scary that that is the reality, that 4 full days can go by and it's still trending in search, and that people are still, putting all this effort into trying to get this token. So, people like me, people who like CoffeeZilla, who are doing videos on this and letting people know what happened. it's just as much education as it is like, going back and doing a postmortem and like talking about why this was a terrible thing and, why did people actually get into this? A lot of it is just people not doing their due diligence, not researching, people who are very new to crypto and they're just looking to get insane gains and they have ridiculous expectations, and thus their behavior in the market matches their expectations that are unrealistic, and that is bad behavior, and then they get into crazy projects like this, and naturally they lose their money. So a lot of this just comes back down to save your money, invest in good quality cryptocurrencies and stocks, and stay away from all the ridiculousness. It's a simple message, but it's the one that I have to keep repeating because this is going to keep happening, and probably getting worse, especially with all these new chains that are allowing you to make new tokens, and everyone's gonna try their different hype token somewhere or another, naming it after celebrity dogs or whatever it happens to be. Here is a quick video, and I'll just mute it, where he's watching it live and it goes down and crashes right here. There it is. That was the rug pull. It went from 2,800 to 0 in 1 second. This Twitch streamer was live streaming when it happened and he caught it. It's crazy. This clip will end up going down as one of the most viewed clips around the whole Squid Game rug pull, just because, yeah, I mean, it's wild that this happened, that he was there to actually watch it and witness this and share this with everyone. But this is what happened. Yeah, these are all like great headlines too. You ignored Squid Game scam warnings. Now look what happened. That's the situation. People ignored all of the red flags. They just really wanted the money more than anything else, and that's all they cared about. And that greedy behavior was rewarded with terrible results. And that's generally what happens, whether it's crypto, whether it's actually a rug pull, or just normal investing, whether it's stocks. It doesn't matter what it is. When you go in with ridiculous expectations, you're being greedy, you're trying to invest in obscure, weird, hype-based coins, you should fully expect to get rug pulled, to have the coin just completely lose all of its value for no reason. All these bad things, because a lot of these coins don't have any tokenomics or fundamentals. There's sketchy things like we saw, like they've got everything locked up and then they can just pull it all out on their own. Lots and lots of things that most people are never going to research or figure out. So just don't get involved with this stuff. It's that simple. But people have ridiculous expectations, and they go off searching for 1000x gains, and this is what happens. Binance officially investigates Squid Game token after the rug pull. So now there's an official investigation, and they are looking to identify who actually did this. The problem with decentralization, or the problem / solution double-edged sword, is that yes, it makes it easier for everyone to get involved, and there's such a low barrier of entry, but anyone can do it, and they can basically do it anonymously. It's unlikely that they're ever going to find this person, but we should just look at this as a great reminder as to why you don't go around investing in random altcoins that are just purely based on hype. There's really nothing backing it. And, I would look at a lot of BSC tokens as like a potential red flag for a scam token, because it seems like the majority of rug pulls and things like that are happening on BSC right now. So you always got to keep that in mind, that BSC tokens tend to be where people go to do these kinds of things. You got to do your basic research, do the bare minimum. And what I've always said for testing crypto social platforms is all you have to do is try withdrawing a little bit of your funds, deposit a little bit, try withdrawing it. If you can't withdraw, if they come up with KYC requirements, if they just say you can't withdraw at all, or whatever it happens to be, if you can't easily withdraw your funds, then you should just stay away from that project. And this could have been easily found out for early investors if they invested a small amount and then just tried to get that out or tried to sell and then realized that they couldn't. Then, this would have been very obvious from the get-go, but because not enough people were doing their due diligence or checking or whatever, everyone ended up losing a lot of money because of this. The only way to prevent this, there's no way to regulatorily do this or force them to remove these tokens or whatever. The only way to effectively avoid these kinds of things from happening is education and people just doing more due diligence, because it's impossible for me to report on this fast enough to save people from the rug pull, because you'd have to know beforehand. So the only way that we can do that is by providing education and doing videos like these so that people know what to expect and, are not coming in with these insane expectations. A lot of this just comes back down to the baseline of what are people coming into crypto to do? Are you trying to just build, your wealth slowly and reasonably? Or are you trying to make $1 million off of, $10? Because if you come in with insane expectations like that, like you're going to win the lottery, then you're going to also pay the price to enter the lottery. And most people do not win the lottery and thus end up spending insane amounts of money over the course of their life on lottery tickets. It's like that, but you're paying everything up front and there's no way for you to win. The winner's already been determined. It was the original creator who rug pulled everyone. So those are my thoughts on Squid Game token and everything that's happened with this. I think, as I've been saying, I think this is a pretty clean-cut case of a rug pull, and people just need to wise up and stop looking for all these ridiculous, small cap projects to make $1 million on, and this is popular because of a TV show, or this is named after someone's dog, or some celebrity posted this. If you're gonna get into those kinds of projects, you don't deserve, but you should fully expect to lose your money, and you shouldn't be going into these things, because a lot of people say, yeah, but if it works out, then my $10, my $100 could make me a millionaire. But if you flip it around, every $10 that you could be investing and building your wealth with and saving is what's really getting you close to the $1 million. And every $10, $100 that you throw into some random coin like Squid is that much more time that it's going to take for you to get to that goal. That's the way that I've always looked at it. People have asked me, why don't you ever invest more riskily? Why don't you go into all these different coins? They're all going up so much. Why didn't you invest in Solana, Polygon, DOT? Why didn't I invest in all these when I knew that everyone was hype about them? When I saw them at low values, I easily could have. Cardano, why didn't I invest in these coins? Well, because you can't be spreading yourself so thin and just investing in any new coin that, has got some volatility, got some momentum behind it. I mean, you can, obviously, but the reason that I don't is because I like to stick to a few coins, follow them closely, stick to what has the best fundamentals, and just slowly build my wealth up as low risk as possible, since crypto is already extremely risky. What I don't want to do is take out, 20% of all of my funds, 10% of all my funds even, and throw it into one of those random coins and then it not play out. And then I'm, weeks, months, years behind of where I could otherwise be from just playing it safe. Now, I could still run into issues with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I feel that I'm much more guaranteed to reach my goal slowly but surely by doing this than I am by taking risks and trying to get there faster. It makes much more sense to me to slowly work my way to $1 million over 10 years, let's say, which really isn't that much time to become a millionaire, versus trying to become a millionaire, in a couple of months. It's that mentality, that behavior is what gets you into scams, gets you into, buying success courses and all these kinds of things. Typically, those people who are looking to get rich quick are the ones who get promoted the most scams to, and that's like the prime target, and they typically end up losing the most money. The people who are looking to get rich quick are rarely the ones who are actually rich at the end of the day. Like, rarely is someone's success story that they got rich quick off of, some investment or whatever. You have like 1 or 2 of those success stories, and the rest are, people who are making mediocre gains or losing money trying to do this. So I think it makes a lot of sense for people to chill out, take a step back, and, approach the crypto market with much more rationality and just a more level head, and not trading so much based on emotion. Because again, I think every $100 that I could be putting to Bitcoin or Ethereum that I would, put into some random cryptocurrency is another, $100 that it's going to take me longer to eventually get to my goal of retiring. And while, again, that could work out, I'm not trying to gamble. A lot of what I do is building a framework for you guys to follow along and do the exact same thing as me. What I intend to do is eventually sell out at $1 million, retire, and then start again from zero with the same strategy and show you guys again from zero that this is absolutely possible to do if you follow the right framework and you don't invest in, crazy coins and try to, do all this volatility and all this nonsense. So eventually that will happen. Stay tuned for that. Let me know. Did you guys invest in Squid? Have you seen all these other crazy coins like SGT, all these knockoffs of Squid, which are equally as concerning? What are your thoughts on Binance Smart Chain tokens? What are your thoughts on all of this, on Squid Game in general? Have you seen it? It's a good show. And let me know all that good stuff in the comments below. I'm very curious to hear from you guys. What are some other tokens that have rug pulled or are scams? I've covered a lot of scams in a previous episode, but I would love to hear more so that I can cover them and give you guys more reason to just avoid all this crazy nonsense and just stick to the good stuff and that has good fundamentals, good tokenomics, and don't play into marketing or hype or any of this nonsense. Just stick to the safe stuff. Because again, a lot of this isn't even safe anyways. Crypto isn't safe anyways. Bitcoin and Ethereum are not safe picks. They're not conservative assets. Everything else is just so much far off the deep end that it's not even in the realm of possibility for me to invest in from a risk-based standpoint. Let me know though, what are you guys doing? What are you investing in? And let me know all that good stuff in the comments below. Also, comment #1ham in the comments below, and that way I know that you watched to the very end. And I always really appreciate it for those of you who do. I'm Scott Cunningham, aka Scotty Business, signing off. Cheers.